Welcome back, Whistle Watchers. What a busy weekend of Test match rugby. Hey, some big calls to talk about, so let's get into it. Let's start in Dublin then, the Los Pumas visit to Ireland. Now then, Finlay Bealham, a croc roll, a yellow card, sent to the bunker and remained at the yellow card. So let's remember about the croc roll. The most important thing here is this. The croc roll is when you grab and twist a player and take him to ground. So then we have an offence. Now the key here is this. When you twist and grab and go to ground and your body weight goes on the leg of the player, that's when it becomes the high degree of danger. In this instance, we see Finlay go to the side. So the actual weight of the body is not going on the leg, on the twist as he goes down. So for that reason, they feel that it's just where it's the yellow card because the degree of danger has not gone high. If it would have been a red card. Now some of you are asking, well, what's the difference here and last week in the Scotland game where it was upgraded to a red card? Well, we identified that Scotland 7 should have received the yellow card, not Scotland 5. The key thing here is that in that game, it was deemed to be high degree of danger because on the twist, the weight went down on the leg, so the high degree of danger goes up. So there you are. That's the difference between the both. They look very similar, but the end part of it, that degree of danger, the weight not on the leg, which means it remained at a yellow card. Right, in the same game, we have Francisco Gomez Cordela, the head contact, yellow card. Now, Doris is competing in the breakdown. So, Gomez Cordela comes in to clean out. Now, he's doing everything legal here. So, he's not coming in and leading with the shoulder. He's not leading with the head. He's coming in to make a legal clear out. But he does get it wrong. And for that reason, then, we are remaining on the yellow card. Remember, if he was illegal, then obviously it would be a red card because always illegal. It's irrelevant what happens next. But here, everything is legal and a good call remaining on yellow card. Okay then, let's go to Cardiff then. I didn't really want to talk about the game in Cardiff, but anyway, Kerevi head contact. Right, so what we have here is a player coming from depth. He's coming up of depth, coming up of speed, so he has clear line of sight, which means he has the options now of what he does next. So imagine if he was coming up with speed, he hasn't got a clear line of sight, so for whatever reason, then obviously that would affect the outcome. But here, he has the opportunity to change what he does. Now, he gets his head the wrong side of the tackle, and he could have, with a clear line of sight, he could have changed his head, he could have lowered his head, but he doesn't. So he comes in a highly dangerous manner. So then, we have to look then, and he has to accept the consequences. The consequences are, he goes to the yellow card, he goes to the bunker, and it's upgraded to a red card because it is a high degree of danger. If you felt that the ball carrier dipped significantly in height, which means that Kerevi wasn't able to adjust in time what he was doing, then it would have remained in the yellow card. But the bunker felt that wasn't enough of significant in mitigation, and therefore they awarded the red card. Now, an interesting one in Cardiff, James Botham, he gets penalised for not rolling away. He is on the wrong side, so the penalty for not rolling away would be correct. But what happens? They identify, or the referee felt, that he was motionless and was not able to move because he felt that he may have been out of it or wasn't realising what was happening because maybe of a collision. So the medics come on. Now the Welsh medics obviously hugely trained. They look at everything. They have the medics in the stadium, the match doctor as well, looking at everything in the background, and they felt they came back and said, well, look, no, he is fine. We don't need to take him off for a HIA, so we are happy with everything here. So remember, they are the professionals. And James Stolman then realised, well, hang on, if this guy was motionless, then it's a bit harsh to penalise him because there was no way he could move away in time because obviously he may have been out of it at that moment. So safety, priority for World Rugby, and quite rightly so as well, and good refereeing, good empathy, and the medics doing their job as well. Let's head over to Spain then. Spain against Fiji, with the hosts almost causing an upset. The big question is, the penalty try is whether the referee or TMO believe that a probable try would have occurred. Right, so what we do have here, we have Spain, they kick the ball through, Kerevi in goal, deliberately then, and this is the key, he deliberately now taps the ball past the dead ball line. So there is no doubt here we have a deliberate action, so we have foul play. So we go on to the next question. Do the officials believe that if it wasn't for that action, would the opposition have probably, the key word again, probably have scored a try? It doesn't have to be definitely, and possibly is no good either. It's got to be degree of probability. So they felt that the try would have probably been scored, and therefore, quite rightly so, award the penalty try. And of course, if we do have a penalty try, then obviously the player's action has to be followed by a yellow card. So there we are, a correct decision out in Spain for the deliberate action. So the US Eagles claiming their first win over Tonga in 25 years with a convincing victory as well on Saturday in Chambéry. Another interesting talking point in this game as well, which is Mitch Wilson head contact red card. Right, the key thing here is there's no bunker. There's no bunker in every game. There was no bunker in this game. And the decision then lies solely with the referee. So Tonga prop, he runs down the touchline and is tackled by Mitch Wilson. The defender is upright and makes direct contact with the head. Now, some believe that the degree of danger isn't that high because the tackler is absorbing. So he's not sort of heading on into him and the impact going forward. He's absorbing it going backwards. So some felt that the degree of danger was not that high, and then therefore a yellow card would have been sufficient. But the match officials felt that there was not enough mitigation. They felt the degree of danger was high enough, and therefore they award the 20-minute red card because there was not enough to mitigate down. And that's it. All we've got time for this week's Whistle Watch. Now your Emirates fans questions. Right, let's get into it then. Your Emirates fans questions at Jade Perez 953. Hello, I've been a player for nearly 15 years, thinking of stepping out of the pitch in my 40s, but would like to step into refereeing. But I'm feeling that I'm getting behind or lost on the laws. Would it be bad if I made the jump? You know what they say, doctors make the worst patients. No, it wouldn't. And I'm sure that a couple of games you would get to know the laws pretty quickly. And I'll let you into a secret now. I refereed for 34 years, and there are some law questions that I wouldn't know the answer to. They now do a law exam as part of the refereeing development, continuing development. We had to do it when we started, but then not after. Now, I dread to think if I had to sit down and do the referee laws exam now, I'd probably fail. So it's not a bad thing. Make the jump. Llywelyn Thomas was a good Welsh name. How many cows do you think you have farmed over the years, and which one has been your favourite? Do you have a favourite now? Well, we only started farming back in late 2019 after the World Cup in Japan. There's about 70 cows here in total, and there's probably about 40 come and gone in that time as well, and there's quite a few favourites here. Yeah, there is, but there's a little one in there which is not little anymore. Her name is Seren. Her real name is Sarah, we call her Seren, so she's a bit of a favourite. At Dale James 891, hi Nigel, my wife and I love watching Whistle Watch. Oh, thank you, I'm glad you enjoy it. If you could have refereed a Wales game, do you think you could have been truly impartial? If so, is the rule against refs officiating their home nations unfair? It's not unfair because there's no way you should be refereeing your home country, particularly in competitions like World Cup Six Nations. But I have refereed Wales against the Barbarians as well. It was like a special dispensation because I was finishing my career. So it was after the World Cup in 2019 and Wales were playing the Barbars in Cardiff, and they asked if I could referee the game, and I did, and I would like to think I was impartial. But Wales won, but I was still impartial. That's it. And keep sending in your Emirates fans questions on World Rugby socials. Now, Monday saw the nominations confirmed for the World Rugby Awards, so let's have a look at the standout ones. Men's Player of the Year, 4 players here, and we have a previous winner as well, which is Peter Steph du Toit. The Springbok flanker claimed this prize back in 2019. And he has a teammate in as well. He has 2 teammates in actually. He has Evan Etzbeth here, who's been nominated. He was nominated last year as well, and he's been nominated again, becoming obviously the most capped Springboks ever. And then we have the versatility and the skill of Chesney Colby as well being nominated. His bulging bag of tricks also include the ability to throw in the line out as well. And Keelan Doris from Ireland, now key part of the Irish Six Nations winning team, captained them as well in their only second test victory ever out in South Africa. Let's move on to the Women's Player of the Year, and two players from England's Red Roses appearing, which are Ellie Kilden has become the face of John Mitchell's England, scoring 14 tries in only 10 tests this year. And number 8, Alex Matthews, she hasn't been far behind either, and led England to victory in the first match as their captain. And then the other nominees come from France and Canada, and from France is Pauline Baudon-Sansous. She continues to be the driving force for the French women's team, starting 8 of Le Blues' 9 matches in 2024, and key part of Canada's World Rugby Pacific 4 Series success, Alex Tessier. She scored 22 points at the WXV1 as the hosts pushed England all the way. So very worthy nominees there as well. What do you think of the nominations? Who would you have nominated if none of them? Did anyone miss out? Please let me know in the comments. And that's it for this week's Whistle Watch. Another interesting and exciting round of Test match rugby to come next week, and we'll be back then. See you then. Bye bye.